Hey, Cowboys fans! Get ready for a deep dive into the latest happenings from Cowboys training camp. From injury updates to key player performances, we've got all the inside scoop you need. Dak Prescott, how is the Cowboys' star quarterback looking as he prepares for the season? Find out the latest on his recovery and readiness. CeeDee Lamb, is the young receiver living up to the hype? We'll break down his performance and what it means for the Cowboys' offense. Guyton, get the lowdown on how this new addition is fitting into the team and making an impact. Trevon Diggs, what's the status of the standout cornerback, and how could his presence shape the Cowboys' defense this season? Hey there, Cowboys Nation. Welcome to Dallas Cowboys Fan, your ultimate destination for all things America's team. Whether you bleed blue and silver or are just starting to catch Cowboys fever, this is the place. If you are a diehard fan, please make sure to subscribe for more latest news and updates of your favorite team. Let's kick things off with the injury report, because as we all know, staying healthy is crucial for a successful season. First up, we've got some concerning news about our star left tackle, Tyron Smith. Sources close to the team have reported that Smith has been dealing with some back tightness. Now, we all know Tyron's history with back issues, so the coaching staff is taking every precaution. He's been limited in practice, focusing mainly on individual drills. The good news is that it doesn't seem to be anything serious at this point, but it's definitely something to keep an eye on as we approach the regular season. Moving on to the defensive side of the ball, linebacker Guyton Vander Esch has been sidelined for the past couple of days with a minor ankle sprain. The team's medical staff has described it as a low ankle issue, which is generally less severe than a high ankle sprain. LVE has been seen doing some light work on the sidelines, so it looks like he should be back in full practice mode within a week or so. Now, here's some positive news on the injury front. Safety Jaren Kearse, who ended last season with a knee injury, has been fully cleared for practice. He's been looking sharp in both individual and team drills, showing no signs of lingering effects from the injury. This is huge for our secondary, as Kearse's versatility and leadership are vital to Dan Quinn's defensive scheme. Lastly, let's talk about our rookie class. Fifth-round pick Asim Richards, the offensive tackle out of North Carolina, gave us a bit of a scare earlier this week when he went down during team drills. Thankfully, it turned out to be nothing more than a cramp, and he was back on the field the very next day. This is a good reminder of how grueling these summer practices can be, especially for the younger players who are still adjusting to the NFL's intensity. Overall, while we've had a few bumps and bruises, the Cowboys have managed to avoid any major injuries so far in camp. Knock on wood, folks. The coaching and medical staffs are doing an excellent job of managing workloads and ensuring our boys are in top shape for the season ahead. Now, let's turn our attention to the man under center, Dak Prescott. Cowboys fans, I've got to tell you, Dak is looking sharp out there. After an up-and-down 2022 season that saw him lead the league in interceptions, Prescott seems to have put in some serious work during the offseason. One of the most noticeable improvements has been his decision-making. In team drills, Dak has been making quicker reads and showing better ball placement. He's not forcing throws into tight windows as much as we saw last year. Instead, he's been taking what the defense gives him and making smart choices with the football. Head coach Mike McCarthy, who's taken over play-calling duties this season, has been raving about Dak's progress. In a recent press conference, McCarthy said, "Dak's command of the offense is at an all-time high. He's seeing the field better than ever, and his timing with the receivers is exceptional." Speaking of timing, let's talk about Dak's chemistry with his receivers. The connection between Prescott and CeeDee Lamb has been electric in camp. They've been absolutely torching the defense in 7-on-7 drills, with Lamb making several spectacular catches on perfectly placed deep balls from Dak. But it's not just the deep ball that's looking good. Prescott's short and intermediate accuracy has been on point as well. He's been particularly effective in red zone drills, threading the needle on tight window throws and showing great touch on fade routes to the corners of the end zone. One area where Dak seems to have made significant strides is his mobility. After dealing with that ankle injury a couple of years ago, it looks like Prescott has regained full confidence in his ability to move around in the pocket. He's been extending plays with his legs and making accurate throws on the run, which adds another dimension to the Cowboys' offense. Now, it hasn't all been perfect. There have been a few hiccups here and there, particularly when the defense brings pressure. Dak threw a couple of interceptions early in camp when faced with blitz packages, but he's been adjusting well and improving his recognition of these situations. The coaching staff has also been working with Dak on his mechanics, particularly his footwork. QB coach Scott Tolzien has been seen spending extra time with Prescott after practice, fine-tuning his dropbacks and ensuring his feet are always in the right position to make accurate throws. Overall, the reports coming out of camp regarding Dak Prescott have been overwhelmingly positive. He seems poised for a bounce-back year, and if he can translate this training camp performance into the regular season, we could be looking at a career year for our franchise quarterback. All right, Cowboys fans, let's talk about the man who's been stealing the show in training camp, CeeDee Lamb. I'll tell you what, if you thought Lamb was good last year, you ain't seen nothing yet. From day one of camp, CeeDee has been absolutely dominating. He's making catches that'll make your jaw drop, leaving defenders in the dust, and showing why he's poised to be one of the top receivers in the league this season. One of the most impressive aspects of Lamb's game has been his route running. He's always been a smooth operator, but this year, his cuts are even sharper, his breaks are more explosive, and he's creating separation with ease. In one-on-one drills, he's been giving our cornerbacks fits, consistently getting open regardless of who's covering him. But it's not just his route running that's improved. Lamb's been showing off some seriously strong hands in camp. He's made several spectacular one-handed grabs that have had the crowd and his teammates going wild. There was one play in particular where he went up over Trevon Diggs, snagged the ball with one hand, and somehow managed to get both feet in bounds. It was the kind of catch that makes you rewind the tape just to make sure you saw it right. CeeDee's also been working on his yards after catch. He's looking more elusive than ever, making defenders miss in the open field and turning short passes into big gains. This is going to be huge for the Cowboys' offense, especially on those quick screens and slants that are staples of McCarthy's system. What's really exciting is seeing how Lamb has embraced his role as the clear WR1 on this team. He's been vocal in practice, helping the younger receivers with their routes and positioning. The coaches have praised his leadership and work ethic, noting that he's often the first one on the field and the last to leave. All in all, CeeDee Lamb is looking like he's ready to take that next step into superstardom. If he can carry this momentum into the regular season, we could be looking at a monster year from our young wideout. And there you have it, Cowboys Nation. That's your comprehensive update on the latest happenings at Cowboys training camp. From Dak's progress to CeeDee's dominance, from Guyton's potential to Diggs' redemption, things are looking bright for America's team. Remember, it's still early and we've got a long way to go before the season kicks off. But if these training camp performances are any indication, we could be in for an exciting year of Cowboys football. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more Cowboys content.